Today, we're going to talk about a day of solemn remembrance all around the world. It's a day built on a promise to never, ever forget.
And that day is January 27th. It's a date on the calendar that every single year carries this incredibly profound weight. It's a day when the entire world is meant to just pause, to stop for a moment and reflect on what is, without a doubt, one of the darkest chapters in all of human history.
So let's get into it. What is this day formally called? And more importantly, what is its purpose? Okay, so this is International Holocaust Remembrance Day. And its whole reason for being is to remember the victims of the Holocaust, a tragedy of, well, just unimaginable cruelty. And to really grasp why this day is so important, we have to face a really tough reality: the sheer scale of the human loss.
You're going to see a number here, but it's almost impossible to really wrap your head around. Over 6 million lives. 6 million people. This isn't just a statistic, right? It was an atrocity on a scale that it's hard to even believe. And it's so important that we understand who these victims were. The vast majority were Jewish people, targeted by a horrific ideology of hate. But the hate didn't stop there. Millions of others were also victims. People with disabilities, other minority groups, basically anyone who was considered different. You know, this always leads to the hardest question of all. How? How could something like this ever happen? And to even begin to understand, we have to look at where it all started. We have to look at the roots. And this right here, this is why looking back is so critical for us right now. This day isn't just about history. It's a warning, a really powerful warning for every single one of us.
So, how does something so terrible take hold? Well, it doesn't just happen overnight. It's a path, a progression, and it starts with something as seemingly simple as hatred. But then that hatred gets turned into actual rules. That's discrimination. And then the whole thing is fueled and spread through propaganda over and over again.
And that's the warning, isn't it? When you let those three things, hate, discrimination, and propaganda, grow without being challenged, that is the path to an absolute humanitarian disaster.
Okay, so we've looked at the history. We understand the warning. What now? What is our responsibility today? It's really about making a promise for the future. Because remembering isn't a passive thing, you know? It's not just about looking back at people who are gone. It's an active thing. It's a critical reminder for us, right now, to stay alert, to be vigilant, and to stand up for our shared humanity. So what does that actually look like? Well, there are concrete things we do. We light a candle, a small act of defiance, a symbol of hope. We listen. We listen to the voices of the survivors to make sure their stories are never ever lost. And the most important part, we make a promise to each other as human beings that we will never let this happen again.
Really, it all boils down to this. It's a simple but incredibly powerful idea. Remember, reflect, and then carry forward that message of humanity. And that right there is the question for all of us. Not just on this one day, but every day. How do we carry that message forward in our own lives, in our own communities?
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.